Block's garage. We'll be working on the Dingo. We are going to recenter the sprocket. What I thought was the front end misalignment, I found out is since I cut out the center bore for the sprocket, since this one was a different diameter, that sprocket is slightly off on the axle, and it's actually making the whole rear end shake around. The axle's vibrating up and down, the engine's vibrating up and down. That's why it gets really sketchy at speed, because the rear end is basically hopping off the ground. So I got measurements of the axle. It's about 30 millimeters, and the inside diameter of the sprocket is 40 millimeters. So we're gonna be just taking a washer, making that, seeing if I can slide that in there, and if that will make the axle hopping go away. It's fun to drive around the yard. Whenever you get outside of the yard and try to do any kind of speed, it gets extremely sketchy. So we're gonna be trying to fix that today. So the Dremel is just not working. I got some pretty cheap bits, and since this is decent steel, it's tearing apart the Dremel bits more than it is the actual steel. So we're gonna go with Big Daddy, and we're gonna go in the drill press. I think the hardest part is gonna be getting this to stay in place on the drill press. Alright, you can see behind me, we got the drill press running. Probably been running for at least 30 minutes. We're trying to bore out a washer so we can put it on the axle as like a hub centering, since the sprocket is misaligned. I guess you would say it had the high run out, is the term frequently used. I have this bungee cord hooked up to it. Definitely not OSHA approved, but there is no OSHA here. So it's been running for a while. It's gone up like 1 millimeter in diameter. We needed to go up like 10. So hopefully it actually starts chugging through it. I have some smaller washers I tried to run through there, and they just bent. So I don't think they're gonna be able to take the forces of the axle. The washer in there is pretty thick. Obviously that's why it's having a really hard time getting through it. So I'm gonna let that chug away. Took off the chain here. I just disconnected a link because it's very tight. So I disconnected a link, and then I just reconnected the master link off of the sprocket. And if you look at the top of the sprocket, you can see the chain's gonna bind up. But you can actually see the top of the sprocket kind of going up and down, which results in this whole motor shaking. So we're gonna take these two axle bolts off so we can slide this washer on there. So that's the plan. After that, now that the brakes are good, steering's good, this is good, we really don't have any issues. I just need to get the billet flywheel and rod for this so that it doesn't blow up, and maybe replace the gas line that's kind of ghetto. And then that'll be it for the Dingo build. The tires, there's only one tire that holds air. The other three, the two rears and the left front, don't hold air at all. So we might eventually get new tires. These things are more expensive than you'd think. For like a tire's like $80 just for one at Tractor Supply. So eventually we want to paint this thing, but I didn't want to paint it before I worked on all the brakes. So all right, drill press is still running. I'm just gonna show you the run out on this thing. I'm gonna fire it up, show you the axle wobble. I'm gonna toss this tire back on real quick though. Oh, I took the chain off. Just kidding, can't do that. I'm getting bored. This is taking absolutely forever to cut into that Um, I just think I have a horrible like Christmas tree bit, so I'm just waiting for that to get through. It's taking like 2 hours. Spent basically, other than bleeding the brakes, all of today working with this drill press. You see this area looks like a mess. I was trying to drill out this one earlier, but I was trying to drill that one out like 10 millimeters. It's not working. I also got a brake bleed kit. So I'm gonna try to bleed the brakes really good. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna put the original Yerfdog master cylinder on this cart, as I think that this master cylinder isn't flowing enough fluid through it. So we're gonna try to fix the sprocket and the brakes. I really want to get back to working on the buggy, but I want this thing to be all dialed in so I can rip it around the yard. When I have people come over, they can rip it around. So yeah, we're really trying to get the Dingo dialed. We got the exhaust flipped around. Last video, the video before that, we put the 1.5 kit on there. We deleted the governor. Still waiting on a billet flywheel and a billet rod to come in the mail. Have torque converter on it. 420 motor. If you guys haven't followed, if you guys haven't subscribed, we're building a 670 independent rear suspension Yerfdog spider box. So once this build is finished, we're gonna go over there and work on that one. So let's get to it. This is the brake bleeding kit we got from Amazon. I think this was $9. If you guys need a cheap brake bleeding kit, we're gonna try this out. My favorite review on it was, yes, it's cheap, yes, it's built cheap, but it's built well enough for what it is. So basically, it gives you a grass in there. Gives you some clear tubing that you can slide over the bleeder valve, and there's a check valve in here. So it basically only lets it flow one way. I think there's an arrow on here. There is a little arrow on there. So you basically just keep pumping the brake, and that allows it to flow out. So it's hard to bleed brakes one person, and it comes with two. Obviously on this I only need one. On the Yerfdog, I'll be able to do two at a time, which would be really nice. I could do the fronts. There's gonna be two brakes in the front and one on the rear on the buggy. So for this one, I'm just gonna try one. Yeah, we're gonna try it. Again, link in the description. Looks like a pretty simple setup as well. So here's the check valve, and you can see the little arrow on there. So the brake bleeder kit works. I now have brakes. I was about to swap the whole master cylinder over, which I was gonna have to re-weld a new bracket and everything. So super happy that that works. Like I said, it's literally $9. Saved me. I'm gonna be using it all the time. Super easy. You just open the bleeder and just start pumping the brakes. Now rolling it by hand, I spin it over and push the brakes. I can't push through the brakes. Let me show you that. Pull in, push the brakes. When I can't move it, let go of the brake, I can spin it over. So, very nice to have brakes. Been trying to do that for like 3 videos. Happy to have that done. Now, let's work on centering the sprocket to the axle, because right now, it's just slightly off, but at high RPM, I don't really want to do it because I want to leave everything cold. But the whole rear end will start to vibrate. The axle in the middle fluctuates, and since the bearings are on the outside, it almost starts making like a little wave. That's what's making it sketchy at speed. I've been messing with the front end. The front end's not the problem. When I put it on jack stands and ran it, it almost bounced off the jack stands last night. So just reassembled the axle. I wasn't able to get like the sprocket centering washer on there, despite like trying 3 or 4 different washers. I tried the drill press. I've been running the drill press for probably 4 hours today. We're just gonna fire it up. I gotta put the chain back on because I took the chain off to mess with the sprocket and see if it still does that axle fluctuation. And I don't have it on video yet, so it's probably good that I get it on video. Easy to reinstall the chain since the axle's in the air. Yeah, chain's installed. It's on run, choke. Haven't started it yet today. See the motor walking up and down? Replace the gas line that's kind of ghetto, and then that'll be it for the Dingo build. Alright, so I just got this brass sleeve off Amazon. It's a 30mm inner diameter and a 40 outer, which is the difference between the axle and the inside of the sprocket. So we're gonna go take the axle apart. The go-kart's out in the yard. Just gonna do it out in the yard real quick. Swap this over and see if I can slide this on, and if that will stop the vibrations at speed.